Hello everyone, welcome back to Electro-Anarchy. Today I wanted to do something that I don't know how many people know about this trick, so I figured I'd do a video about it and show you guys, and maybe it'll help you guys. So one thing that I do is I run multiple instances of an Arduino IDE at one time. I cannot, or at least I have not found a way to do it on Windows computers, so for you people that use it on Windows, I can't help you. This is primarily for people who use Linux. And this is kind of a more advanced technique, but it works really great for me, especially whenever I'm combining multiple sketches and doing some pretty wild stuff. But anyway, what I like to do is I just create a folder, and then inside that folder I put just your plain Arduino. This is a 1.8.3, which the time of recording is, I believe, the most current stable version. And I download it, and then I go through here and make sure everything's good. Now, you don't necessarily, in using this, you don't necessarily have to install this, because the way I run it is I run it based off of the actual, I guess, executable file. But I'll show you how to take care of it. The first thing I want to do is I want to set up a base. So what I usually do is I erase everything in this folder. Everything in the library folder. Oops. Cancel. Everything in here, just get rid of it. Don't need anything in the libraries. Okay. Then I'm going to create a new one that's going to be the sketchbook for this one. Oops. So this is the sketchbook for this one. All right. Then go back here, and then for whatever project, let's say you wanted to do, you have an LCD project you want to do. So I'll create one for LCD. Say you want one with, I don't know, wireless. Oops, right here. And let's say you wanted to do one for, I don't know, pulse width modulation. All right. So you have these three here that are going to be your projects. So what you do, you come over here, everything in this folder, just copy it, and then paste it into each one of these. And you gotta wait for it. Up here, telling me. Copying all these guys down, and it takes just a few minutes for it to all copy because there's quite a bit. Now in the meantime, we can start getting ready for the next part. Just hit your shift, or actually control T. Come on. Here we go. And just bring up another tab, and then I have over here in my standard Arduino, I have a master library. This is where I keep all the library stuff that all the different things that I use, and I keep these libraries original and untouched, and I just modify them for the project. So we want to go over here, and we want to go to, we're going to have some LCD. So we want to go through, and any of the stuff we want to run for the LCDs, like the TFT LCD. There's some example stuff here for different types of shields and whatnot. I'll drag those over into each one of these folders, and then I will be able to have specific libraries for the specific IDE. To me, it works really great. It's an easy way of keeping things together, and you know, especially if you're doing, like, if you're developing something on, let's say, a 3.5-inch LCD, and then you're developing one on a 7-inch LCD. One might be portrait, one might be landscape, and if you're doing like the touch files or anything, or you're using the touchscreen libraries or anything like that, you're going to have to set portrait, and you're going to have to set landscape in an individual settings file, and it's just a big pain in the butt. Every time you want to compile it for each one, you have to go in and change all these files around. It's a lot easier just to set it all up at once and then just be done. So we're on the LCD library, so let's just say we're just going to do the TFTs here. So let's select those guys, and we're going to copy, and then we're going to go over here and we're going to paste. So we'll put those in there. Okay, and let's go over here to the pulse width modulation. So let's go over here into the libraries, and I don't know, do I have anything for pulse width modulation? Yeah, here's a motor driver. Let's just use that one. So let's just copy that one over into this one, and then we'll go back over here to wireless and go to libraries, and let's see the RF24. Let's just do these guys right here. Yeah, let's just use these. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and we're going to copy those, and we will stick those in here, paste those in. Okay, so we're set up now. Now, let's say we want to do a wireless one, right? So let's just open up a terminal, and then we'll go over and then we'll sudo start Arduino and give it root access, so we'll have access to all of the ports. And downsize that one. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, so it's bringing up it's bringing up a different. Okay, so let's do a new one. All right, close that one for right now. Okay, so we have this one, so we should be able to go over here to libraries, or to examples. We have our TFT LCD stuff, and so we can pull up any of these. So let's do a graphics test. So we can pull up this in a graphics test. All right, so we're in separate stuff now. Now, if we want to go over to, let's say, wireless. So we want to add wireless in with this, and we want to mess with the wireless at the same time we're messing with that. Same kind of thing. Arduino. And we'll fire up a separate instance of the Arduino IDE. Okay, so now we have two separate, we have Arduino IDE, two separate instances of it, each one operating off of separate libraries. So this one, for example, you pull up your examples in this one, and you're going to see all of the RF stuff that we put into this library. And then you go over to this one, and this one will pull up all of the stuff for the TFT LCDs. So whatever you put in this library, you can operate. You can operate off of two separate libraries. So if you have, if you're compiling for, like I said, a 5-inch LCD, then a 7-inch LCD, or you wanted to do some complicated things, and you didn't want to corrupt one with testing for another, you can easily do this little trick. You can also set these up to have a separate sketchbook. For example, if you wanted to save to a standard, your main sketchbook, you can, or you can have them run into a separate sketchbook. So you can go back to, let's go back. Let's go back to here. We're in the demo. We go over here because we're in the LCD, so you can go into LCD and then go into this sketchbook. So everything that you save in this one right here, you can put it in a separate sketchbook, or you can just keep it into your primary sketchbook, and then you can compile everything off of separate libraries. So it's just it's a helpful way of doing this. Like I said, I don't know if it'll work on Apple. I'm going to say yes, because Apple at its core is very similar to Linux for the most part. I don't use Apple, so I really can't say. But for Linux, pretty much every version of Linux I've ever used, you can do this exact same trick. So Anyway, just a little video here. I'm probably going to do some more of this type where I just sit down and just talk about some stuff and go over some code. I've got a ton of different code to go through. And I'm building different things all the time. Matter of fact, one of the things that I'm working on right now, it's been a long-term project, and that has been it's a color scanner. It's using one of the color detector chips, but it's with a twist. It's being used for an actual application other than just testing the color of a balloon or seeing if things are red or blue or whatever. This one is a little bit more intricate into that. Still using the RGB color scheme, but using it to detect specific colors of paints and stains and different things like that, and matching them to a hopefully a built-in catalog where you can compare between the two with the Arduino, and it gives you results on a touchscreen LCD. So that will hopefully be coming up in an upcoming video. And so anyway, that's going to be the end of this video. Hope this helps you guys out. If so, please like my video. Give me a comment if you like this type of video. I'm going to be doing some better stuff here in the future. I said what I'm talking to you on right now is a brand new microphone system, and I think it sounds pretty good. But anyway, that's the end of that. If you like this channel, please subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. And as always, you guys take care. See you next time.